Hey Ubaid, how you doing? This is Mike, and I wanted to make a quick video to do two things. Number one, I wanted to welcome you to TDU. It's very great having you here. You're at a very exciting time in TDU, which is going through the power of light and learning about reference images and how you can use those in translating those looks into your own work. And also, I wanted to say congratulations on your first ever CG lighting shot. This is a very exciting time for you, and so I just want to say welcome and that you're on the way. So a few things about this. I wanted to start with the reference that you posted, and of course, thank you for posting the reference. So this is from Coco, and a couple of the main elements here that we're going to be looking into are, because I love this shot. I think I use this in the course because it's really nice balance between both warm and cool light in the interior space. So we've got cool light coming in from this way. We've got warm light bouncing up from underneath. And the biggest thing that you see here is it's kind of happening on his face, right? Where it's a glowy element that's not natural. So it's not like it's bounce light coming up. It's actually a separate light source. But the one thing that you want to be aware of is just how this side of his face, the cool side of his face from the sky, is actually probably a couple shades brighter, a couple iterations of value brighter than this side. And that's because you always want, I don't want to say always, but oftentimes you want to favor one side as the key versus the fill, because otherwise the value just becomes flat. And what you want to do is you want to, in fact, let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and desaturate this so you can just kind of look at the luminance of this. So you can see the bright side of him versus the dark side over here, and you can see a value difference between these two. So you want a bright side and you want a dark side. Even though the color, even though the contrast is still there, the color contrast and the warm versus cool, you still want value differences as well. A couple other elements about this. So now we've got a lot of bounce light coming up here. You can see that again, I shouldn't call it bounce light, but under light from this glowy element. Additionally, I want to point out these darker values like back in here and some other areas. I mean, and of course, we've got these volumetric lights coming in here through the windows, but that's a little bit advanced for this, so I wouldn't go that far. And something else to point out too is just this darker foreground element kind of helping frame things up a little bit. So we got bounce light, we got warm and cool, we've got a value difference between the two, some dark areas in the background to allow the character to pop forward. And now I kind of want to go into your two images here. So we've got this one here, and we're definitely getting the underlight, definitely getting the warm cool. And same thing with this one, definitely underlight, definitely warm cool. If I do this same thing where I desaturate it, we're getting like the value from the glowy element, but if you're looking at the individual objects, they're very even left to right. So you always want those values to be, you want one to kind of pop out over the other and one to kind of be the dominant or the key light in that scenario. Something else about this is just a general, this isn't necessarily a lighting specific thing, is the framing feels a little off. Like we've got a lot of breathing room up here, and we're also cutting off down here. So I would just like bring the whole camera down a bit to kind of frame that up a little better, because one of the things that's nice about this is he's really centrally located, and so the focus can really just shoot right to him. So and that's one thing I would say about this one is like, where's the focal point? If it's this sphere in the middle, let's make this guy a little bit brighter, get more of those cools on top, and warms up underneath here, and then allow these areas back in here to go darker. You've got a little bit of up there, but just like really kind of help fade this in. There's no foreground elements to pop things forward, so we don't have to worry about that. But you're getting some good underlight, some good cool to warm balance. We just need the value differences. We need the darks in the background, and then I think that you'll be in a pretty good spot there. This one's nice and contrasty, but we're missing a lot of values in here. This is like getting a little bit dark. And I'm not 100% sure why you posted two images. I don't know if there was supposed to be a second reference with this. But again, warm, cool, and you're getting a little bit more of the value difference. The one thing that I really like about this is this vertical variation in this. So one of the biggest struggles with this simple geometry is you've got this just big flat surface here, but you're actually you were able to get value variation from the bottom on up to the top, and that's pretty cool. And that's a job well done. I'm not quite sure about these, if these look like they're glowy, but they're still kind of hard edge. So If they are glowing, we'd want to kind of soften those edges a little bit, but that's mostly a comp thing, and you can get to that. Basically, I just wanted to come in and do a quick video critique. I know I don't always get a chance to do this with new students, but I wanted to take the time to do it, and I'm going to try and be better about it, and welcome you and say welcome to TDU. And if you have any questions at all or need anything, feel free to post it here. Myself, Jasmine, or one of the other amazing TDU students would be more than happy to help you out. So keep going. Congratulations on your first CG lighting setup, and we can't wait to see where you go from here.